Okay, what seems to be the problem here, Mr. Smithsonian?
Yeah, thank you for coming today, Mr. Officer, man. Look, I told a police dispatcher to make sure to send the police with the lights and sirens immediately, okay? This is an emergency here, huh?
Yes, I know. And you repeatedly told them that you have more money stashed under your own bed than they will ever see in an entire lifetime. What is the emergency, Mr. Smithsonian?
Well, it's my time, Mr. Officer. I started out the day this morning with an agenda, or the do list, and a plan how to execute some of these projects, okay? But now it's 7 p.m., and none of these things is done, huh? Despite my determination and zeal to do so, someone has robbed me of my time, and I need to find out who, okay? I want to find this fancy boy Ernest. I want him dead. I want his family dead. I want his house burnt to the ground.
Oh, don't you worry about a thing, Mr. Smithsonian. We will have this case wrapped up faster than a Jimmy John's delivery sandwich meal. It just doesn't make any sense. Why would someone take Mr. Smithsonian's time? What is so valuable about his time that one would rob him blind like that? This world is so cruel and I do not understand it. Well, and I have an idea of where I can start looking. And I'm going to get to the bottom of this if this is the last thing I do. Well, hold it right there, Mr. Blackie Black. There's been a robbery, and I have some questions for you.
Oh, man, what the fuck? Is this because I'm black, man? Y'all niggas be coming up on me right after I always be committing a crime, and y'all want to question me when I hide the motherfucker. What the fuck, man? Fuck y'all niggas.
Look, it's Mr. Smithsonian. He's been robbed of his time. I know you have info for me. Now you better talk, or the next time I bust you for dope, I'm not going to do you the favor of taking half your dope for myself, so that you get to enjoy a lesser sentence. So let's hear it.
Look, man, it's that nigga Mr. Smithsonian himself. Word on the street is, he's a Mr. Nice Guy.
Well, what do you mean, nice guy?
Look, nigga, he just be devoting so much of his time every day to other people that there's just no time after every want, request, need, and emergency from his staff to address the bigger things, the important things. He got out of here to Peter Drucker's #1 rule to be an effective executive. Take care of first things first, huh? Focus all your energy and capacity on one specific task at a time. Start with the most important and working your way down with the less important items being downgraded in priority, or to delegate altogether.
Thank you. I have someone I need to see downtown.
Hey, if that nigga Jamal be down there, tell him not to bring his black ass around here till I get my $5 back from last week. This nigga don't forget shit.
What's going on in here, eh?
Look, I don't think this is even possible, but it is. And if you don't act fast, you could be dead in the next 48 hours.
What? But...
Well, it's more like you're dead in the water in your position if you don't change things.
You were robbed of your time by all
Of your employees. Because people feel that they need you constantly. You need to learn to say no. You need to learn to set boundaries and shut your door. Because if you don't start being a more effective executive, then you may as well start pulling up the help wanted ads out of the old newspaper. And I don't even think that they make newspapers anymore. You are, in fact, a nice guy. You truly love to help people. And it kills you to turn anyone away when they need you or want you. But in this job, you need to get done the first things first. Because in the end, what people really need from you is an effective executive to move the company forward.
I understand now. Thank you, officer.
Unfortunately, you're an accomplice in this big-time robbery. So therefore, I must book you into county jail. You have the right to an attorney. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. Do you understand these rights, Mr. Smithsonian?
What the...
Okay, time served. Come on out, Mr. Smithsonian. You have a lot of work to do if you are to be an effective executive.